Okay, so I'm just gonna go over my watch list for this week. I missed a few because I just haven't been paying attention, doing other shit. So ACST. And okay, so the only reason why this one's on my radar is just because of stock tweets, what they're talking about, what social media is talking about it. So I would wait until it gets around 125 where it's at right now, but we'll see if it holds that region and see what it does tomorrow. It's really likely that tomorrow it jumps up. So just monitor it when you wake up tomorrow. Obviously, I don't like trading the first 30 minutes unless I'm going to do a day trade. Or I buy the night before and see where it goes and sell it like within that 30-minute time frame. So we'll see what it does. Just one to consider for now. And then APRI. APRI I'm looking at because it is reversing off of the resistance line right here. So once it hits 118 or even 120, somewhere around that region, I would consider buying, especially if the candle is positive for the day. But right now it's obviously reversing, So this is going to be one to look for either Monday, Tuesday, something like that. So I've got an alert right here for 120, like 125 or something. So I'll get an email on it and then consider it, see what it does. But APRI so far is looking pretty good. Obviously low volume, but these spikes right here are just giving it that significance for the resistance and support lines. So next one is going to be ARWR. Let's see. So this one, high of day move, like I noted right here. I'm just waiting on it to jump up, basically, because see right here, it makes sense that there was a resistance right here because that gap down rejected and then came back up, met resistance, and it was beaten. And when it was beaten right here, when it crossed through that resistance, that's a buy signal for a lot of traders, so it brought the prices back up to this region. And just out of curiosity, yeah, so people made like roughly 34% on a perfect trade. So that's one to consider. This one, again, I'm waiting for it to consolidate as it's doing, because right now it looks like it's going to close low, and then we'll see where it goes. Maybe it's going to bounce off the 20 EMA. Maybe it's going to come back down here and test this region. But we'll just have to wait and see what it does. So that's okay. ENDP. ENDP, really good one, in my opinion, one of the better ones. It's got some pretty good volume, which is... Oh, sweet, I can move it this time. Okay, so this one you have some good price consolidation right here where the market's unsure, and rightly so. They're hitting a recent support line. Now, bear in mind that this support line is only significant, I tend to look at the 6 month, but it's only significant by one, and when it's hitting by one, the statistic is, what is it? I know that 3 touches is 33%, 5 touches is 57%, so the more touches you have, the better it's going to be. But then again, I am looking at the 6 month one, and it kind of looks like the market is going to reject this downtrend, so just monitor it. If it starts going back up significantly, like if you have like an uptrending doji candle or something, then that's a buy signal, and then just hold until it reaches that 1817. Now, that's not a crazy amount of money to be made, but like say you buy here and then you get here, that's still 23% roughly, So there's your margin right here. Man, I might consider this one before closure, but no, I might just wait and see what it does. So another one is OPGN. OPGN, obviously it opened high and it's looking like it's going to close low. We'll see what it does, but I'm just waiting on it to hit the support line. It's hitting here, it's hitting here, it's hitting here. So I'm just waiting on it to hit and then see where the market's going. If it bounces too hard, obviously brighten. Don't buy just because it's going up fast. Wait and see what it does, or buy early, like or before closure or something. Just wait and see what it does. You know, better to see what it's doing than to jump the gun and start losing money off of it. And then Avid is another one I looked at. Avid's looking pretty good. You have two. God, what am I saying? The resistance line right here is looking like it's going to make that reversal, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. And like I said, the more touches you've got, the more significant that the support line is. So I'm honestly, actually I'm going to put that, I'm just going to make a note of that one. I need to put an alert on it. But this one needs to get down to around 460, around 460. Because by the time it gets back down here, this trend line is going to be around that price. So around that price, consider buying, and if it goes up, then good. You're just playing the odds right there because you have historic significance within this channel. Now bear in mind this is 2 channels right here. It will be a momentum trade if it breaks through this resistance line. If this manages to close, if you buy down here and it closes above that $5 mark, it kind of seems like where the $5 is the resistance, the big resistance for now. So if it does manage to close above $5, then it's going to go up more likely than not, and we'll just have to wait and see what it does. Avid Kone, Kone, another one that you might want to consider. It kind of looks, I mean, you got a downtrending candle right here. So at 418 is where I set the support line. Obviously you've got some serious consolidation right here, and then 1 and 2, 3 touches. So you've got like basically 3 touches, which that's significant. The statistical value for that is like 1/3. So if you buy here, set your stop loss at like negative whatever you feel comfortable with in terms of risk management, and if it goes up, then hold. Obviously if it goes down and it hits your stop loss, then just take the hit. At least you're not losing, you know, all of your money. But this one I would consider to be a little more risky. It's easy to follow, it has a good trend, but it has hardly any volume. And when it has no volume, then, you know, well, let's see what it does here. Yeah. I mean, it has some volume, but just be careful with it because that low volume, you might have a hard time selling. Probably not a hard time buying, but you'll probably have a hard time selling, depending on where you're buying. Kone CH, whoops, CH and R. This one, man, where do I start? Okay, so you have pretty good volume spikes to indicate that you have strong support lines. Like when you combine both volume and the number of times that it touches, it only brings up the statistical significance of that support line. Okay, and then in trading, when you have 2 lines that are meeting like this, I've heard it being called X marks the spot, and then people tend to buy right here, and then I'm assuming that's what happened. So one thing to consider. So I'm just waiting on this to come back down to around 250, somewhere around there, and see where it goes from there. But I would be careful with this one because it seems that when it does decide to go up, it goes up drastically, and don't be compulsive, don't buy into it just because it's going up fast, because it might meet that $3 resistance, because as you can see it's hitting it here, it's hitting it here, and it kind of looks like it hit it here. So, and here also. So just play it smart, you know, set your like sell around like just below that limit if you do end up buying into it. Don't buy a ton, just, you know, set, if you have a portfolio, just don't spend it all in one spot, obviously. So CHN and ship. Ship I just like because it's there's not that much volume, but if you do manage to get in, then you're pretty much trading within a very narrow channel. But like here you go. So kind of want to extend that a little more. So here you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 days, 3.5 days of just the price action is just moving within $1.15 to $1.20, and I don't feel like doing math right now, but that's gonna give you like roughly like what, 4%, 5%? Yeah, so you can trade that. It seems to be pretty consolidated, and the only reason why I feel safe in this one is because if you look here, you've got when it gapped down just below, so maybe like 5% below that 115 area, and then it was rejected, gone back up, and gone back down, and then bounced off that 115, and doing the same thing over and over and over again. So it's kind of looking like it's consolidating in this area. So fair trading. Just play it safe. Set your stop loss, obviously. Why is it not going to 6 months now? Come on. There we go. So, yeah, if you do manage to get shares on this one, be careful, because I set my sell limits up here, and if they do manage to sell, I don't set parameters on my sell. Like, it's not sell all or nothing. I do partial sells is okay. So when you get that notification from Robinhood or from your broker, just make sure you're not going to sell on that day trading law. So once you hit 3, then just stop, and then just wait that rolling period. Because I think legally you're only allowed 4, but Robinhood does 3. So I would only do 2. So just buy small volumes and just trade it throughout the week. If you buy, like, let's say before closure and hold, then just hold it and sell it tomorrow morning or something. And then here are some swing trades I found in SM. Let's see. So this one, I'm just kind of waiting to see what this one does, but it kind of seems like tomorrow maybe. Man, we'll just have to wait and see. But good volume, good consistent volume. So in terms of volatility, it seems like it won't, it won't get away from you, in other words. So clearly it broke through the 20 EMA. So next point of resistance is either this one right here that I drew, or, well, it's a trend line, but whatever. But if it hits this, if it breaks below, then your next point is obviously that 1762 or the 50 EMA. A lot of traders tend to look at that 50 EMA. And like, as you can see, like right here, see how it's bouncing off of it and then bouncing off of it, because your lines are going to turn support and resistance as you go. Like right here, see how it bounced off of this? Anyway, but same concept, just wait and see, wait for that positive candle, and if it's an engulfing positive candle, then that's a good sign that it's going to be a bullish candle. So what else we got? OCLR, the only reason why I'm looking at that is because on January 10th, the director bought about 1,000 shares or whatever. And this was what, 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. Obviously this candle is opening high, seems like it's going to close low. But I'm just going to play the channel, wait for it to come back down, and see the direction that it's going to go in. Just because it's touching it doesn't mean you should buy it. I usually wait a day or see where the market's going. So, same concept. Now, actually I'm wondering what the profit margins are on a perfect trade. So, yeah, 12%, but if you're playing it safe like I do, you're probably just going to make 5% because you're going to buy up here or something. And then AMD. AMD is one of my favorites, obviously. Let's see, let me just zoom in here. So, point of resistance right here, or the support line, and it seems like it kind of wants to bounce off of this one. We'll just have to wait till tomorrow and see if this is accepted, because it kind of looks like this resistance for today is going to be the 20 EMA. If it does break through the 20 EMA, that doesn't mean that you should buy. Like I've been saying, that right here, when it broke through the bottom of the channel for a lateral move, for a lateral channel, I would have probably sold around here, because this kind of looks like it wants to move back up. There's consolidation right here where the price action is just like, we don't know what we want. Maybe we want to go back up, maybe we don't. But I would have sold right here and then see where it goes, you know. And then obviously it's going back down. Oh, come on. So that about sums up AMD. I would just wait for the support and resistances, and the resistance. If it breaks below this, your next point of support is going to be your 50 EMA, and then this one, because you guys have historic significance. Well, low historic significance rather, but still other traders are probably going to look at this one. So, yeah, just look at that, and that's it for me.